Welcome back, everyone, to Total Carnage Tour-throughs of the world. I'm Admin1 of NEFX. Where we last left off was in Mexico in Nuevo Casas Grandes. And going down a bit further, we moved to Hermosillo, and welcome to Hermosillo. I think that's how you pronounce it, but again, I've probably butchered many of these names and will several more. Anyway, moving down further, we get to La Paz, and welcome to La Paz. Here again, in the background is a newscast by Al Jazeera, along with Bowl of Heaven. Here we are in the Amundsen Sea, and welcome to the Amundsen Sea. We also reached Thurston Island, and welcome to Thurston Island. Alright, going back further up here, doesn't seem to be anything new in this rough column I'm imagining that I'm going down. Nothing that I haven't already covered, it seems. But when you get here, so we get to Saskatoon, and welcome to Saskatoon. Then we go further down to Regina, and welcome to Regina. Then we go further down to Swift Current, and welcome to Swift Current. Then we go further down into Billings, and welcome to Billings. Then we go further down to Sheridan, Wyoming, and welcome to Sheridan, and more broadly, Wyoming. Then we go further down into Colorado, and welcome to Colorado. Did I mention Provo and Cedar in Utah? I believe so. Anyway, we go further down into New Mexico, and welcome to New Mexico, specifically Albuquerque. Then we go further down into Mexico again, in Chihuahua, and welcome to Chihuahua. Then we go further down into Los Mochis, and welcome to Los Mochis. Then we go further down into Culiacan, and welcome to Culiacan. Then we go further down into sorry, it still feels weird sometimes. Anyway, we go further down into Mazatlan, and welcome to Mazatlan. Upon further reflection, it seems that there are better ways for me to navigate this map, but I've committed to this show for a combination of absurdity and sunk cost fallacy. I'm going to bear with it, I think. So, here we get to Nunavut, and welcome to Nunavut. Then we go further down into Yorkton, and welcome to Yorkton. Then we go further down into Williston, in North Dakota. Welcome to Williston, and more broadly, North Dakota. Then we go down to the Missouri River again, and welcome to the Missouri River again. Then we go further down into Wyoming. Wait, yes. We go to Casper, and welcome to Casper. Then we go further down into Denver, Colorado, and welcome to Denver. Then we go further down into Colorado Springs, and welcome to Colorado Springs. Then we go further down into Pueblo, and welcome to Pueblo. Then we go further down into
training to do that, not to mention being able to screen passengers.
Texas.
And make sure that people are
And
safe
welcome to
and fit
Texas.
travel. Now, I see both Qatar and
Specifically,
Turkey
we get to
do that, and
Amarillo.
Qataris are on the ground
And
right
welcome to
there at the
Amarillo.
moment. Keith, I know that's a
Then we go
very,
further
big
down
ask.
into Lubbock.
Are you confident?
And
Are you
welcome to
confident
Lubbock.
that Taliban can actually handle it?
I believe we covered El Paso already. Yeah. So maybe it's a bit redundant to introduce Texas again,
Well,
but
just being able to actually manage the
we also go further down into the Rio Grande. And welcome to the Rio Grande. Then we go further down into Torreon. And welcome to Torreon. Then we go further down into Durango. And welcome to Durango. Then we go further down into Guadalajara. And welcome to Guadalajara. Then we go further down into the void. And I think we get close enough to the Bellingshausen Sea. So welcome to the Bellingshausen Sea.
Well, Keith, just in terms of the
Going back up.
operations, though, like actually running the airport, things like the radar when that's
Making sure there
actually
isn't
installed, air traffic
any marked
control,
location
what are
I'm
your
missing here
priorities
in
in
this
terms of
general
training
area.
the people who need to
Seems
run the
not.
airport?
Well, the controllers in the tower.
Then we get into Manitoba. And welcome to Manitoba. Specifically, we get to Thompson. And welcome to Thompson. Then we go further down into Lake Winnipeg. And welcome to Lake Winnipeg. Then we go further down into Selkirk. And welcome to Selkirk. Then we go further down into Winnipeg. And welcome to Winnipeg. Then we go further down into North Dakota. And welcome to North Dakota. Specifically, we go to Bottineau. And welcome to Bottineau. Then we go further down into Minot. And welcome to Minot. Then we go further down into Bismarck. And welcome to Bismarck. Hold on a second, I need to take this off.
Keith, you were mentioning there 100 planes.
I know it's redundant and tedious, but it must get done.
That doesn't sound particularly large, especially when you're taking into account
So,
aid
we
flights
go into
as
South
well as
Dakota.
potentially some
And
military
welcome to
flights
South
and the
Dakota.
commercial flights that need to resume.
Specifically, we
I mean,
reach Rapid
you
City.
know the needs
And
of
welcome to
Afghanistan
Rapid
are
City.
huge. Does the airport have the capacity to meet them?
Then we go further down into Nebraska. And welcome to Nebraska. Then we go further down into Oklahoma. And welcome to Oklahoma. And we go further down into Aguascalientes. And welcome to Aguascalientes. Then we go further down into the void. So, we reach Hudson Bay. And welcome to Hudson Bay. Then we go further down into Fargo. And welcome to Fargo. Then we go further down into Sioux Falls. And welcome to Sioux Falls. Then we go further down into Lincoln. And welcome to Lincoln. Then we go further down into Topeka. And welcome to Topeka. Then we go further down into Wichita. And welcome to Wichita. Then we go further down into Oklahoma City. And welcome to Oklahoma City. Then we go further down into Dallas. And welcome to Dallas. We also reach Fort Worth. And welcome to Fort Worth. Then we go further down into Austin. And welcome to Austin. Then we go further down into San Antonio. And welcome to San Antonio. Then we go further down into Nuevo Laredo. And welcome to Nuevo Laredo. Then we go further down into Monterey. And welcome to Monterey. Then we go further down into Guanajuato. And welcome to Guanajuato. Then we go further down into, what's that? Chilpancingo, and welcome to Chilpancingo. Then we go further down into Acapulco de Juarez, and welcome to Acapulco de Juarez. My column tracking system has improved in that I'm less likely to get distracted by the presence of, shall we say, text or location names within the line of sight if they're connected to a dot that's outside of the column. So, where we go next? We reach Grand Forks, and welcome to Grand Forks. We do reach Minnesota, and welcome to Minnesota. And we go further down into Iowa, and welcome to Iowa. Specifically, welcome to Sioux City.
Yes, it is a difficult situation. Each country is entitled to charge.
And we go further down to Kansas City, and welcome to Kansas City.
Flight routes that go from Europe to the Far East are dependent on weather, wind conditions.
We also reach Missouri, and welcome to Missouri. Then we go further down into Arkansas, and welcome to Arkansas. Then we go further down into Louisiana, and welcome to Louisiana. Specifically, welcome to Shreveport. We go further down into Houston, and welcome to Houston. Then we go further down into Corpus Christi, and welcome to Corpus Christi. We also reach the Gulf of Mexico, and welcome to the Gulf of Mexico. Then we go further down into Ciudad Victoria, and welcome to Ciudad Victoria. Then we go further down into Veracruz, and welcome to Veracruz. We also go down to Puebla, and welcome to Puebla. So now we reach Ontario, and welcome to Ontario. Then we reach Duluth, and welcome to Duluth. Then we go further down into Minneapolis, and welcome to Minneapolis. We also go a bit down to St. Paul, and welcome to St. Paul. Then we go further down into Merida, and welcome to Merida. Then we go further down into Campeche, and welcome to Campeche. Then we go further down into Ciudad del Carmen, and welcome to Ciudad del Carmen. Then we go further down into Guatemala, and welcome to Guatemala. Specifically, welcome to Guatemala City. Then we go further down into the Galapagos Islands, and welcome to the Galapagos Islands. Then we go to Thunder Bay, and welcome to Thunder Bay. Sorry. We also reach the Great Lakes, and welcome to the Great Lakes. Then we go further down into Wisconsin, and welcome to Wisconsin. Specifically, well, let's not go there just yet. We do go further down into Davenport, and welcome to Davenport. Then we go further down into St. Louis, and welcome to St. Louis. While we're at it, welcome to Illinois. Then we go further down into Memphis, in Tennessee, welcome to Tennessee and specifically Memphis. Then we go further down into Mississippi, and welcome to Mississippi. Then we go further down into New Orleans, and welcome to New Orleans. Sorry, just cracking my back for a moment.
Of course, and this is a huge learning curve.
Make sure there's anything I missed over here. I don't think there is. So here we actually reach, what's this? Ellesmere Island. And welcome to Ellesmere Island.
From various other countries in terms of training, for instance.
Well, I think it's going to be a while. And I don't think we're fully operational for international flights anytime in the near future. It's just too many.
Then we get to Michigan, and welcome to Michigan. Specifically, welcome to Detroit. Then we go further down into Indiana, and welcome to Indiana. Specifically, welcome to Indianapolis. Then we go further down into Kentucky, and welcome to Kentucky. Specifically, welcome to Louisville. Then we go further down into Tennessee, and welcome to Tennessee. Specifically, welcome to Nashville. Then we go further down into Alabama, and welcome to Alabama. Specifically, welcome to Birmingham. Then we go further down into Montgomery, and welcome to Montgomery. Then we go further down into Florida, and welcome to Florida. Also, welcome to Mobile. I think that's in Alabama, is it? Yeah. Then we go further down into Belize, and welcome to Belize. Specifically, welcome to Belize City. Then we go further down into Honduras, and welcome to Honduras. Specifically, welcome to San Pedro Sula. Then we go further down into El Salvador, and welcome to El Salvador. Specifically, we reach San Salvador, and welcome to San Salvador.
I saw you nodding there, so I'll let you come in there just on that one in terms of stability and the way
We reach
things are moving forward. I know you've
Baffin Island,
doubts about
and welcome to Baffin Island.
right now.
For that matter, I think we kind of reach at least the periphery of Baffin Bay. So, welcome to Baffin Bay.
International political will to do that. Is there actually the practical situation on the ground to allow that to happen?
Well, at the moment, it's still a great challenge. Obviously, humanitarian aid.
Then we go further down into
Not by the UN, not by the US, not by the European Union.
Salt
but the operational
Sweet Marie,
aspects, getting financial funds
whatever that is
inside,
exactly,
getting
welcome to
people
it.
in and out of the country are always a challenge.
Then we go further down
Chances are
into
speeds of zero liquidity
Ohio,
flow in and out of
and
the
welcome to
country.
Ohio.
It's getting a little bit better now, but we are nowhere
Specifically,
near that we could
welcome
say
to
that this
Cincinnati.
economy is supplied with the liquidity.
Then we go further down into Knoxville, and welcome to Knoxville.
What I know is that there is goodwill.
Oh, sorry, just Knoxville, not Knoxie, obviously. So, going further down, we reach Georgia, and welcome to Georgia. Specifically, we reach Atlanta, and welcome to Atlanta. Did I mention also that we reach Montgomery of Alabama? Because if not, welcome to that. Then we go down to Cuba, and welcome to Cuba. Specifically, welcome to Pinar del Rio.
And thank you too for watching. Remember, you can see this program again anytime.
We go into the Caribbean Sea, and welcome to the Caribbean Sea.
Do go to our Facebook page. That's facebook.com.
Then we go further down into
And you can also
Honduras.
join the
Actually, I mentioned that
conversation
before.
Our handle
But this time we go into Tegucigalpa, and welcome to Tegucigalpa. Then we go further down to Nicaragua, and welcome to Nicaragua. Specifically, we reach Leon, and welcome to Leon. Then we go further down into Juigalpa, and welcome to Juigalpa. We also go to Managua, and welcome to Managua. Then we go further down into Costa Rica, and welcome to Costa Rica. Specifically, we reach San Jose, and welcome to San Jose. My arms do hurt, but it's not merely because I'm holding the phone up, it's also because I recently have done some exercises, and this is just kind of the cherry on top of it. Anyway, though, here we reach Kirkland Lake, and welcome to Kirkland Lake. Then we go further down into Toronto, and welcome to Toronto. Then we go further down into Cleveland, and welcome to Cleveland. Then we go further down into West Virginia, and welcome to West Virginia. Did I mention we also go to Cincinnati? Because if not, welcome to that. But anyway. Then we go further down into North Carolina, and welcome to North Carolina. We also go into Virginia, and welcome to Virginia. Then we go further down into South Carolina, and welcome to South Carolina. Then we go further down into Savannah, and welcome to Savannah. Then we go further down into Jacksonville, and welcome to Jacksonville. Then we go further down into Orlando, and welcome to Orlando. Then we go further down into Tampa, and welcome to Tampa. Then we go further down into Miami, and welcome to Miami. Then we go further down into Havana, and welcome to Havana. Then we go further down into Panama, and welcome to Panama. Then we go further down into Ecuador, and welcome to Ecuador. Specifically, we reach Puerto Viejo, and welcome to Puerto Viejo. Then we go further down into Salinas, and welcome to Salinas. We also reach Guayaquil, and welcome to Guayaquil. Then we go further down into Machala, and welcome to Machala. Then we go further down into Peru, and welcome to Peru. Specifically, we go to Piura, and welcome to Piura. Then we go further down into Chiclayo, and welcome to Chiclayo. Then we reach Quebec, and welcome to Quebec. Specifically, we reach Val-d'Or, and welcome to Val-d'Or. Then we go further down into Ottawa, and welcome to Ottawa. Then we reach New York, and welcome to New York. Specifically, we reach Buffalo, and welcome to Buffalo. Then we go further down into Pennsylvania, and welcome to Pennsylvania. Specifically, we reach Pittsburgh, and welcome to Pittsburgh. Then we go further down into West Virginia. Actually, wait, I mentioned that before. Gets a little thorny. Then we go further down into Charlotte, and welcome to Charlotte. Did I mention we go to Miami? Because if not, welcome to that. Then we go further down into the Bahamas, and welcome to the Bahamas. Specifically, welcome to Nassau. Then we go further down into Santa Clara, and welcome to Santa Clara. Then we go further down into Colon, and welcome to Colon. Then we go further down into Esmeraldas, and welcome to Esmeraldas. Then we go further down into Cajamarca, and welcome to Cajamarca. Then we go further down into Trujillo, and welcome to Trujillo. Now then, we go to Montreal, and welcome to Montreal. Then we go further down into Burlington, and welcome to Burlington. Then we go further down into Albany, and welcome to Albany. Then we go further down into New York, and welcome to New York. Then we go further down into Washington, D.C., and welcome to Washington, D.C. Then we go further down into Virginia Beach, and welcome to Virginia Beach. Also a bit to the side of that, we have Norfolk, and welcome to Norfolk. Then we go further down into Camagüey, and welcome to Camagüey. Then we go further down into Jamaica, and welcome to Jamaica. Specifically, we reach Kingston, and welcome to Kingston. Then we go further down into Columbia, and welcome to Columbia. Specifically, we reach Medellin, and welcome to Medellin. Then we go further down into down to Manizales, and welcome to Manizales. Then we go further down into Buenaventura, and welcome to Buenaventura. Then we go further down into Cali, and welcome to Cali. Then we go further down into Pasto, and welcome to Pasto. Then we go further down into Ibarra, and welcome to Ibarra. Then we go further down into Quito, and welcome to Quito. Then we go further down to Juarez, and welcome to Juarez. Then we go further down to Requa, and welcome to Requa. Wait, is that Requa? Oh yes, Requa, sorry. The Y seems to kind of blend in with the topology represented there, mountain terrain. Then we go further down into Lima, and welcome to Lima.
He was elected the former the French president Emmanuel Macron.
Alright, then we go to Quebec, and welcome to Quebec. Then we go further down to Boston, and welcome to Boston. Then we go further down into Providence, and welcome to Providence. Then we go further down into Guantanamo, and welcome to Guantanamo. Then we go further down into Haiti, and welcome to Haiti. Specifically, we reach Port-au-Prince, and welcome to Port-au-Prince. Then we go further down into Kakuta, and welcome to Kakuta. Then we go further down into Bucaramanga, and welcome to Bucaramanga. Then we go further down into Bogota, and welcome to Bogota. Then we go further down into to
key position in the government
Villa
and the
Vicencio,
Fulani majority.
and welcome to Villa
If you mix
Vicencio.
all that together, Doreen, it's really
Then we go further down into
hot
Peru,
pot where
and
there's
welcome to
a
Peru.
lot of reasons why many
Specifically, we
within
reach
the military
Iquitos,
or within
and
power
welcome to
would want to
Iquitos.
see an end to
Then we go further down into
Doreen.
Nauta, and welcome to Nauta. Then we go further down into Moyobamba, and welcome to Moyobamba. Then we go further down into Calaria, and welcome to Calaria. Then we go further down into Lima, and welcome to Lima. Then we go further down into Ayacucho, and welcome to Ayacucho. Then we go further down into Ica, and welcome to Ica. Starting to edge towards Chile there. Alright, here we reach Maine, and welcome to Maine. Then we reach the Dominican Republic, and welcome to the Dominican Republic. Specifically, we reach Santo Domingo, and welcome to Santo Domingo. Then we go further down into Aruba, and welcome to Aruba. We also reach Curacao and Bonaire, and welcome to Curacao and Bonaire. Then we go further down to Coro, and welcome to Coro. Actually, more broadly, we reach Venezuela, and welcome to Venezuela. Then we go further down into Maracaibo, and welcome to Maracaibo. Then we go further down into Merida, and welcome to Merida. Of course, more broadly, welcome to South America. So here we reach Brazil, and welcome to Brazil. Specifically, we reach Ironipe, and welcome to Ironipe. Then we go further down into Feijó, and welcome to Feijó. Then we go further down into Kazoo, and welcome to Kazoo. Then we go further down into Yanauca, and welcome to Yanauca. Then we go further down into Cotahuas, and welcome to Cotahuas. Then we go further down into, oh yeah, already went there, okay. We go further down into Puno, and welcome to Puno. Then we go further down to Tacna, and welcome to Tacna. My time's up for today. Next time on the Total Carnage Tourthrough the World, we will start in Chile. Until then, thanks for watching.